Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your host Franz Bayonas signing in. Our topic this morning is very interesting. Our topic is all about use conditional and expressing arguments. Before we're going to tackle what does expressing arguments mean, we will try to define first what do you mean by conditional. Conditional is indicate the circumstance under which the situation expressed in the main clause may exist or occur. A conditional clause ordinarily begins with if. Yeah, this one begins with if. Example, we have if you work hard for it, you will reap it. Or you will reap it if you work hard for it. Yeah, and that is example of a condition. At this time is we will try to define first the first conditional. So the first conditional is zero conditional. So this one, the zero conditional deals with the habits and general truths such as laws. It is formed using this structure. So this is a structure if or when plus uh, present simple or the condition. This is the condition and followed by present simple or the main clause. Example of this one, we have here example. When you pray, so when you pray, God listen. This is the condition when you pray, and the main clause is God listen. If you place it in the phrase, second example, if you place it in the phrase, the water freezes. So this is the condition. Condition if you place it in the phrase, then the main clause is the water freezes. Okay. Again, the zero conditional is deals with the habits and general truths. Of course, the general truth, such as laws. It is formed using the structure like this structure. Okay. Next we have moving on to the second or the first conditional. The first conditional we have is used in dealing with things that are possibly or likely to happen in the future. Possibly, the clue is possibly or likely to happen in the future. Though this type may be formed using unless as soon as, or in case. Its most common form uses this structure. So this is the common structure for the first conditional. So the first conditional is if or when plus present simple. This is the conditional. Then plus will plus infinitive. This is what we call as the main clause. Example of this, the conditional. If you don't pass the test, I'll hire you for a tutor. So this is the main clause. I'll hire a tutor for you. Again, the conditional is if you don't pass the test, I'll hire a tutor for you. Possibly or likely to happen in the future, and that is the first conditional. Okay, did you get me? All right, thank you so much. Now let's proceed to the second conditional. So the second conditional, this is the second conditional, guys, is used in dealing with things impossible in the present and are unlikely to occur in the future. It is formed using this structure. This is the condition or if plus past simple. So this is the condition. And for the main clause, we have would plus infinitive. and that is for the main clause. Example of this one. Example, if only pass the test. If I only pass the test, I would celebrate and party. Mm. If the condition is, if I only pass the test, I would celebrate and party. So what is the rule for the second conditional? Is dealing with things impossible in the present. So this is impossible in the present and are unlikely to occur in the future. So the situation is, or the condition, if I only pass the test. So you're going to use this pass the test because of the word if plus past simple. And the main clause is would plus infinitive. So this is I would then celebrate and party. Okay. Next example, I would buy a new phone if I received a lot of money. If I receive a lot of money, the situation is uh, uh, we have I would buy a new phone. This is the main clause, and followed by the condition. We have if I receive the condition is I would buy a new phone if I receive a lot of money. This is the main clause. Okay. Next example is our next example is if I were a boy. If I were a boy, then I would do everything to please my girl. The condition is if I were a boy, and the main clause is I would do everything to please my girl. So would plus infinitive. Okay. Is this clearly understood? Alright, thank you so much. Let's proceed to the third conditional. The third conditional is used in dealing with things or chains in past scenario, yielding to different result. It is formed this structure. So, if last past perfect, this is the condition. The condition is if last past perfect. So we have plus would have plus past participle, and this is the main clause. So example, if we had been there, if we had been there, because we actually use had been there, had been because of if plus past perfect. And and the main clause is we could have given same advice, and that is the main clause. Could have or would have plus past participle given same advice. Alright, thank you so much. I hope that you actually understand our third conditional. Moving on to our activity. So activity, choose wisely. The instruction is read the following sentences and choose the best answer from the given choices. For question number 1, which of the following does not tell conditional sentences? Is it A, it states conditional and outcome? Letter B, it composes of dependent clause and independent clause? Letter C, it expresses conditional and introduces by if? And letter D, a conditional sentence is only a conditional sentence if it has either independent clause or dependent clause. Alright. Next, for question Question number 2. In the sentence, you can have dessert if you finish your homework, which tells the function of the underlined words. Is it A, independent, B, dependent, C, both dependent and independent, and letter D, participial phrase? You can have a dessert if this is the underlined word. Okay, let's proceed to question number 3. Which conditional tells that statement express conditions that are always true and the conclusions of which can be from their premises? Is it A, zero conditional, B, second conditional, C, first conditional, or letter D, third conditional? Alright, moving on to our number 4 question. All of these are example of first conditional except, is it A, if it rains, I will not play outside, B, if I am out to lunch, Maria will answer calls, letter C, I will wrap his present if he leaves, and letter D, if he knew the answer, I would tell you. Okay, proceed to question number 5. Which of the following is not properly punctuated? A, if the baby wakes, I will be frustrated. Letter B, if you go outside, you can see the storm clouds. Letter C, when you finish your dinner, you will clean your plate. And letter D, I will be frustrated if the baby wakes. Okay, next question now. We have activity number 2, complete me. So our activity number 2, instruction, choose and write the letter of the clause that will make the sentence correct and complete. Is it A, for question number 1, if she hadn't disobeyed her parents? So letter A, she should not regret in the end. B, she will not regret in the end. And letter C, she wouldn't have regretted in the end.